go again, folks.
At least the Tigers won tonight. Oh,
Yes, they
brother.
did. Yes, they did. Do I have my?
That's
Oh,
the
I,
only
I,
good
I put my
thing.
hat in the other room. Damn
You
it.
know what? That was the only good thing of the day.
No,
Oh,
I would
brother.
say so because Detroit City. I mean, you look at it from the lineup, and I have the lineup posted right here. Two
Yeah.
key players were out of the lineup tonight. Atis
Darren
Juve,
Smith.
yeah, and
Darren
Darren
Smith.
Smith. Atis Juve and Darren Smith. Now we talked with Darren Smith Saturday after the match. He said he had a little bit of a shoulder issue. Um, Juve, I believe, is a pulled hammy, from what I
Oh,
understand.
brother.
That's
Oh,
what I
brother.
understand. I talked with Red from formerly a 451 podcast, um, uh, earlier tonight, and we got some incriminating photos later on, but that we will be sharing here because
Okay.
tonight was definitely a snoozer.
Oh, and it was a disaster from the word go.
Yeah, disaster from the word go being like 5 minutes into this contest here. Looking at the highlights right now.
Okay.
Fifth minute of play. Detroit City would bring it up the field. And of course, being without Juve and being without Darren Smith, where's the creativity and whatnot out there? Pass gets turned over, and then next thing you know,
He hit it from way downtown. Bang.
Nico Bailey past Carlos Herrera in the 6th minute. Detroit City down by a score of 1-0.
I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing. He misjudged that shot. He
Yeah,
thought it would
big
not.
difference in net between Herrera and Saldana, and we saw that difference there in that first goal.
He
Fast,
almost got a hand of it,
yep,
but the way it was shot, it was
yep.
just over.
Fast forward to the 20th minute here. Chris Gloucester makes it 2-0 for
Yeah.
New Mexico United, and it was going to be a long night for Detroit City FC.
Oh yeah. He got the goal off a rebound from a save and hit it top right. And holy
Greg
cow, we're
Hurst in the
down
70th
2-0.
minute with the header.
Yeah, a great well played setter on the ground. Surpass Herrera, 3-0. And you know
And
that this thing was done at
yep,
dinner.
and let's just say add more insult to injury. Valentin
Uh,
Noel 90+7, passed Herrera one more time, and that was it. Ugly
that was
night.
it. Good night, Irene. Just call the corner office. This is not a good game. It was awful with a capital U, as Juliana Haffel used to sing.
Yes, and indeed, and the picture of the night, by the way, our buddy Rudd took it. Exemplifies how we felt about this matchup. He caught you. You know, it was like hard at work is what the caption was, and
Uh,
you must have dozed off. It was either
I
between two
did
nothing and
doze
3-0.
off. I'll give my friends. I did doze off. I was a little bit tired, so I took news that I did woke up just about the third goal, and it was just.
Well, needless to say, though, but it exemplifies the night for Detroit City
Yeah,
FC. It was just a bad night, and as I mentioned at the top, being without two of your biggest stars offensively in the lineup made a huge difference out there for Detroit
I know.
City.
And also, my friend Mike, who I always see the game with Megan and Matt, he always questioned why didn't we have three players in the back? Usually, we would have four players in the back,
That was
but
a weird formation. That was a weird formation when you think about it. They brought Sheldon. Well, they had the back three of Michael Bryant, uh,
Stephen
Stephen Carroll in
Carroll,
the middle, and Devin Amumensa. Matt
yeah,
Sheldon was supposed to. I don't know why they had Matt Sheldon move up into the because it. I mean, I couldn't do a 3-4-2-1 on
yeah,
the app that I use, That was
Yeah,
the formation that they went according to FOTMob, and I sent you that FOTMob link on
yeah,
that.
I
Um,
know.
and they put five men in the middle. That's what I couldn't understand at first.
Yeah, it's baffling.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a 3-4. What the formation was a 3-4-1-2. Now that was a kind of an odd formation to begin with for Detroit, considering we've
Yeah,
been playing pretty much a 4-4-2 for the last couple weeks.
yeah, I know. And it's been kind of successful, but tonight, oh my God.
Well, you could tell the two big guns that were out of the lineup, Juf and Darren Smith. I think that made the whole entire difference. And the lack, and I think it started out, and I was listening to the match with Neil Rule here at our end. I don't know if you had the same feed, if it was
No, I think we had the TBS Galato channel at the
okay.
clubhouse.
Okay, so I was listening to the feed. It seemed like the first 4 minutes of the game, Neil Rule was saying that Detroit City had a little bit of a spark going on. But once that goal hit in the 6 minute of play from outside the box, it was a totally different ball game.
Yeah, it was totally different ball game, and they never recovered.
And
Never recovered.
never recovered at all. And it just compounding and compounding and compounding. And it turned out to be one of the worst performances of the year. Uh,
Oh, I gotta tell. When it's a 4-1 or 4-0 or worse, 5-0, 5-1 blowout, it's just a, oh, brother, I feel like I'm in a Green Bay on last Sunday. Oh, brother.
so, first half stats show that Detroit City had 38% of the possession. Three,
Yeah,
three shots, two shots on target. Uh, New Mexico was 7 shots, 2 shots on target themselves. Uh,
yeah.
I don't know if the banger from midfield was counted as one of those shots on target, but
Possibly so.
but
I'm
but
not
yeah,
sure.
they held possession. They were more accurate in the passing. They made 223 accurate passes, and for an
How
87%
much did
possession time,
Detroit City had in accurate patches?
113, and
Oh,
that's in the
my.
first half. This is in the first
Yeah.
half. So go full time. Total on the night 254 for Detroit City compared to 357 for New Mexico United. Final
Yeah,
possession total. Final possession total 56 to 44, 11 to 10 on the shots. Total shots, four each on target for both sides. And the thing was there, you know, they look lifeless tonight.
yeah. I'm wondering we're not going back to what happened during the middle part of the season
And it's a
because
bad time. And it's a bad time to go at it, especially now you're going into the stretch run. You got 6 games left at this point.
you're right, and this was their great opportunity to pick up 3 points. Unfortunately, time and time again, we were saying, okay, we're going to beat the last place team in the East or last place team in the West, and we didn't do anything. A goal opportunity wasted.
Yeah, and pretty much they left them off the hook. I mean, let them off the hook tonight, and especially a team that has lost 2 out of their last 5, and I mean, now you're bookending losses between a 5 game unbeaten streak for Detroit City, and like I said, just an overall bad night.
Uh,
For Detroit City FC, and I mean, not having Darren Smith in the lineup and not having Atas Juice in the lineup, those are two main cogs in that lineup that you really need
yeah,
out there.
yeah. You have to have those two lineup. Kobe Hernandez Fonter, who has been really good for us, but he didn't do anything as well. It was just like, oh, brother.
Well, going back to we'll look at the lineup here. We'll look at the FOTMob ratings for them. Kobe tonight, I think was a 6.9. I want to say on
Uh-huh.
FOTMob.
Yeah,
Worst player out there tonight
yeah.
with the 4.4.
Who?
Carlos
Goaltender?
Herrera.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, I don't know if I that's what I get. I'm just thinking, why Herrera in the net over Saldana?
That's a good question. Saldana has been really great in the net. We had Herrera for a long time, but I don't want to question if Sandell was injured or what. But oh my god,
I mean, he's been. I mean, Sandella was injured earlier in the year, and it looked like everything was fine. I mean, I didn't see any issues on Saturday night or anything.
yeah,
So I don't know
probably
what
with Russ. I'm going to say probably with Russ. Who knows?
it could have been. I mean, grant you, yes. I mean, I get it. You're playing two games in, total of, 2 games in 5 nights here, but you got the
Yeah,
long break afterwards. I just couldn't see why they wouldn't put Saldana in net tonight and all
I
that. I can
know.
understand. I can understand the Juve being out. I can understand Darren being out, but
Probably Russ for probably 2 weeks against Lexington at Keyword. So
yeah, and of course they came. I mean, they came into this match with injuries going into it, and I think there's another issue as I was reading. I believe uh, Darren's expecting another. Darren's wife is expecting another child.
yes, and we would like to congratulate him on the birth of another kid. He had one kid. If you remember that after the goal, he came to the corner where his wife and kid was there, and some of the players were celebrating, which was very nice. I told you that on the pregame show. It's just, it was cute, but like I said, I presume it could be Russ for the shoulder. Could be he want to be there for his kid. You know what? We know we
Mhm.
have kids and all that, but when the time happens, we want to be there when it happens.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely,
We don't want to
definitely.
criticize them of like he
No,
took time out just expecting baby number two. It's just like, we all know that wonderful
hmm
moment, especially the first birthday. A little story, a couple of years ago when I was doing clock, I did the first half of the game because I want to go to my son's first birthday party, my nephew's first birthday party. So I did that. So it was good. I mean, I don't regret the season, but whatever.
yeah. Well, and after some of the news that we've heard today, family is important,
Very
and
yes, family is definitely important. But
yes,
like I said, at least the Tigers won. So
yes, indeed, yes,
I know.
indeed. But
By the way, before we looked ahead and the standings, like, can we do a special around the sea because
oh my God, it was a wild night in Jagermeister Cup action, and we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about it.
four
Um,
teams four teams arrived, two will meet in the ultimate final. So let's go around the sea with two games, and who will be the last two standing?
Time Sacramento were here back in June. It's going to be Benitez, and it's touched over the top by Vegas and out for a corner. Give and go. Out for a throw for Fuson, who takes it quickly. Harivo, edge of the box, tries to pass it into the middle, and he's there again, Rodriguez, but Mazzola blocks it. Holstead back into the middle. Williams cannot control it. Lopez looking for Gurr. And Gurr gets on the end of it. Jack Gurr, saved by Vegas. Oh, what a huge save. Fuson to keep Rhode Island alive. Oh, Mazzola saved it. Sacramento sweep the penalties. And for the first time since 2022, Sac Republic make another indomitable run to a cup final.
Anderson to give Hartford the advantage. Sent in, header goes wide, and they score! They tie it up! It was going wide, and then I think that's Evan Lee, and just like that, we're even at one. As you
Other spirits are available.
into the box, a header, and a goal! It's the veteran, Joe Farrell, and Hartford scores first in the 70th minute. AR2, Mr. Kenyani.
Here's the
Doesn't
chance.
call it that way. Here we go. Here's a breakaway. Here's a shot and a goal! Vici and Molina, and it's 3-1 Athletic in the 93rd minute.
Wow, that's all. And the pick race is done. By the way, I was gonna try to get 5 points tonight. It turned around the other way.
I didn't receive a point for the game against tonight, but I was correct. I said I would have loved to see the El Clamical Part 4,
We
but
were
oh
both saying that.
God, the
Oh,
penalty kick shootout between Rhode Island and Sacramento. Sacramento was dead on, and Rhode
Both
Island
goaltenders were just fantastic in that matchup.
yeah, especially Maxi Rodriguez, who's really good at penalty kicks, and J.J. Williams don't miss, especially J.J. Williams, way over the bar. And the
Rhode
last
Island 0 for 3 on penalty kicks. That's how Sacramento moved on into the championship match.
it was a 1, 2, 3. That's the count in wrestling. Rhode Island didn't kick out. And Sacktown, who won titles before when it was USL Pro, will go on to face on Hartford.
Yes. Well, the last time Sacramento were in a major competition final, they took on Orlando City in the Open Cup, if you remember. I believe that was in 2023?
23. I think it was
Or was
20.
it 22?
I think it was before that. I think it was 2017, 2018.
No. This was recent. This was recently. It was the last.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the last USL team to
Right.
reach
The
the
US
final.
Open Cup finals when it was USL against MLS, and they held on tough for the first half before somebody got a memo from Doug Gerber with the thumb down button, and you probably know what happened after that.
I think we talked about the whole Garber thing. We'll talk about it more on the musings on Saturday, especially.
There's an update, but I'm going to hold it off for Saturday.
Yeah, and it's not good if you're. Let's just say if you're a fan, if you're not a fan of Inter Miami, let's just put it that way.
I'm going to hold that off on Saturday, but yeah, there was a big update, and
we'll definitely be talking about
Saturday,
that.
yeah.
But anyway, you mentioned the second match of the evening. Hartford Athletic comes away with a 3-1 victory over Greenville Triumph.
Yeah,
and,
nothing
Greenville.
Greenville. And nothing else. The last USL team to have a chance to win the whole thing.
Yeah, last League One team that could possibly do it. And they almost had it. I mean, they came back. Lee's goal in the 74th minute of play, Evan Lee, 4 goals, 2 minutes apart. But 10 minutes later, Harrison and Nagilna pretty much sealed the deal for Hartford Athletic as they move on to the champion. And what a run Hartford Athletic has had in the last 3-4 months.
Yeah, remember when the teams were not going, that team wasn't going where their supporters section, supporters group, you don't want to talk about, was not happy, and they openly criticized the team on Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, and they said, do something. Because remember, I followed this league since 2022 when we came in. They sucked. Literally.
They weren't the greatest team. Let's just put that
not
way.
the great team. I remember they hired Tab Ramos to be the coach.
Oh, Tab Ramos.
22 games. Yeah, it only lasted 22 games. It was just a revolving door, and the supporters were not happy. But look what happened. They're now in fifth place, ahead of Detroit City and Pittsburgh. We'll get to the standings in just a
Two
minute.
stories. The two stories this year in the USL Championship, sans Charleston and Louisville just running rickshaw, everybody, has been the play of Loudoun United, another dormant franchise, another dormant club, and the play of Hartford Athletic this year. Those have been like the two bright spots so far in the USL Championship as far as the Eastern Conference goes.
And considering our prediction, we thought they would finish out of the playoff race. Oh my God. This is going to be embarrassing when we see our sins. Oh my God.
Not as embarrassing as the sins I'm making on the match day picks.
Oh,
I think it was what, a 13-point lead. Now it's up to an 18-point. I can't catch you now. I'm done. I'm throwing. In fact, I'm looking for a towel right now. I'm looking for a towel right now. I'm trying to throw in the towel right now because I'm done.
One question also, is this no mask, no more, like Roberto Duran famously said to, one of our hometown
Was it Hagler
boxers?
I wonder if it was Hagler or Leonard. I think it was Leonard.
I think so. No mask.
Oh, man.
Tommy Hearns. What about Tommy Hearns?
Unless I go against you on the next 6 games, I don't think I'll have a chance.
I know, yeah.
But then again,
let's look at the calamity of tonight's dud. Nothing changed. We're still tied with
nothing's changed right now. I mean, we'll probably delve into it more next week when we do the musings back to our normal schedule on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But needless to say, because obviously, Hartford winning tonight doesn't, change matters in the points stage. But there's a lot of good match. There's a lot of matchups coming.
Jagermeister Cup match, not a league match. So we'll talk about it on Saturday because we're looking at all sides: Hartford, North Carolina, Pittsburgh. Although Pittsburgh's facing on Louisville City. Good luck.
Well, North Carolina's going down to El Paso to take on the Locomotive, or no, they're hosting the Locomotive on Friday night. Orange County SC is traveling to Lexington, so that's in the Western Conference pillow fight. But that's the one game that we know of as far as having anything to do with the Eastern Conference is El Paso going into Cary to take on what seems to be a struggling North Carolina side at this point.
Yeah, it looked like it.
They've lost 2 out of their. Yeah, North Carolina's lost 2 out of their last 5 matches. They won a couple times. They beat Las Vegas. They beat Tampa Bay. But losers to Lexington, a 2-1 loss. And then lost to Hartford Athletic by a score of 3-2. So they've lost 2 in a row.
I know.
So
and it's getting tight down the stretch.
Well, New Mexico just lost to Loudoun United by a score of 2-1, but they've won 1 out of their last 5 as well. So Saturday, though, there's going to be a lot of games on Saturday. There's going to be quite a few games on Saturday. Total of 9 games. 9 games.
Yes. And when they look at the 5-game mark at the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, all lined from the old Northville Downs, it's oh my.
Yeah. 9 games on tap for Saturday night, including Pittsburgh taking on Lou City at Highmark Stadium, Rhode Island taking on Indy 11. That's a game in which the 2 teams below the playoff. Well, I think Indy 11's still up, I believe. Yeah. So this is a battle for the 8th spot in that spot in that sense. Hartford travels to Monterey Bay. So coming off this Jagermeister Cup victory tonight at home, they have to travel to the West Coast for
and they have momentum. But will the long trip to the Bay do something? I don't know.
That remains to be seen. That's a 10 o'clock. That's a 10 o'clock kick on Saturday night, and they are directly in front of us. And as I mentioned, Pittsburgh's taking on Louisville City. You could almost predict that game. The way Aiden McFadden has skyrocketed into the
Golden Boot
the Golden Boot discussion, and he's been it. Louisville seems to find these players through their system, and they become pains in the asses of many people in the USL.
When I look at the record, they have only lost one time.
Yep, one loss on the year so far for Lou
And
City.
they could be favored in the East, probably the title, but we have mentioned their playoff failures in the past.
Yeah.
Because last year was
The
the
only
first
loss
time
that they had was a 2-1 loss against North Carolina FC on June 20th. That's the only loss that they've had this year.
Oh, my.
And I'm not counting the friendly against Frankfurt.
But like you said, it could be Louisville.
I mean, Garrett can hang that on his head, because it's on track Frankfurt.
I know.
But as far as everything else goes, the only loss that they've had this year was that 2-1 game down in Miami. Going back to that game, Goodwin scored, but it was Sundstrom and Luckhurst. Luckhurst with the game winner in the 66th minute.
I know.
So, but yeah, this is a team that just can't lose. And I believe the two teams played each other earlier in the year. I want to say. I'm trying to go back here. May 10th, 0-0 draw at Lynn Family Stadium.
Yes.
So, looking and judging from what we've seen from McFadden in recent weeks, that could be a huge factor going in Saturday night.
Okay.
For sure. So, but that's one of the games to watch. Like I said, lots of games to watch as far as that. Our section of the playoff table is concerned. So lots of action. You can tune into CBS Sports Golazo Network. We'll have a couple games. ESPN app will have a few games.
Plus.
Yep.
On the ESPN app, and don't forget CBS Sports Network. So it's getting interesting.
This is good. This is the fun time of year.
Oh yeah, we should know from following football, baseball, and hockey. I know.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah, who's going to end up being the boys of fall when it comes down to late November in wherever the final will be taking place.
Okay. And don't forget, one more thing before I mention about the tomorrow, CBS Golazo Network, they will draw where the final will be. Will it be in Sacramento Health Park or Hartford? The name is escaping now, but
Trinity Health Park.
Trinity Health Park. So
Trinity Health.
Two Health Park will be the official finals, and voting thing, it's ours. It's ours. Because home field means a lot.
Didn't mean much tonight for one Rhode Island FC.
I know.
So, you know what? It could be who the hottest team will be in that Jagermeister Cup final. Needless to say, though, like I said, after a dismal performance from Detroit City tonight, and it's been a day. I'm about ready to call it a night.
I think I'm ready to call it a night too. I have to attack my friend and say I got home safely. So
there you go. Yeah, making sure
I'm home safely.
definitely make sure you do that. And like I said, we'll be back together on Saturday. Sometime mid-afternoon, probably definitely during some Premier League games because I think it'll be the afternoon game. So I think we're going to record sometime
around 1 o'clock
after the morning games.
Okay.
And,
all right.
We'll plan on that. We got a plethora of things to talk about on the musings on Saturday. A little primer to get you into a Saturday night full of action, and might have to review a score or two along the way.
And we'll talk about the light punishment handed down to one Luis Suarez. And unfortunately, somebody from our past is back. I won't tell who, But I'm saying, thanks, Matt
That's a
Gabb, for
good tease.
what?
That's a good tease for Saturday.
I know. I have
We
a
got
lot
some
to say
we
about
got
it.
some major opinions about that.
Yeah, it's going to be reviewing some scores. It's going to be your truly angry mob night. Oh my god! Thank God we missed Meow Wolf night, because if it was Detroit City on Meow Wolf night, because the host of Morning Kick Round will be there live, and I recommend you see it. But if it was us against New Mexico on Meow night, it would have been a disaster as well. So, oh my god!
I think he tweeted or skeeted something tonight. Jason Davis did.
Yeah,
Nicholas Murray, paid attention to that first goal, and I think he said, "Holy, you know what?" And I
yeah.
said, "That was my same sentiments exactly." And I did the old
I know.
just the type of night that Detroit City did not need, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, let's drink some pop and forget about it and get a good night rest, and we move on to
Yeah,
an app
is
from
it going?
now.
Yep,
That's
that's what I'm doing
watching.
right now. Drinking a Verner's. I was about. Yeah, it could have been. It could be added. Was I got some Tullamore Dew across the way? I might. That was. This was one of those nights in which I probably could have used that along with my Verner's.
I know I don't drink, so I'll just drink my Fago, which I did tonight at the clubhouse. So
Fair enough. So,
okay,
alrighty, folks. We will see you on Saturday for the musings. Look for that. Until then, folks. For my
see
buddy
you
Steve.
later. See you later.
All right, and we will see you on Saturday. Keep your feet in the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.